Xbox is offering a bold and ambitious strategy with Game Pass.
Shares of Microsoft higher today as a tech titan says game on.
No other major gaming platform has ever attempted to do what Microsoft is doing with this service. This can make it difficult to understand what Game Pass is trying to achieve. Some of their actions can make it look like Xbox is just throwing a bunch of different things against the wall to see what sticks.
Is Xbox screwing themselves out of more lucrative hardware sales?
But Game Pass is actually following a very deliberate and well thought out strategy. Game Pass wants to be the Netflix of gaming.
Microsoft is trying to become the Netflix of gaming here, creating a popular service that could become very valuable over time.
It wants to win over hundreds of millions of subscribers across all different regions and markets.
Gaming is a really strong growth category. It has been for many years. 3 billion people play video games on the planet, half the connected world. It's nearly a $200 billion top line business. Both of those numbers growing by double digits. So
for the service to become financially practical, it requires way more subscribers than just the Xbox and PC market. Netflix, for example, has around 200 million subscribers and still loses money year over year. It will never be a financially solvent business if Game Pass's only subscribers play on Xbox hardware. Xbox will try as hard as it can to make Game Pass playable on both Sony and Nintendo hardware. These are valuable customers, hundreds of millions, who are effectively locked out from using the service. Game Pass would be incredibly enticing to these players, even if it didn't include their first-party games. An even greater priority will be game streaming and xCloud. This could mean potentially billions of active subscribers. Having Game Pass available on phones and smart TVs unlocks so many potential subscribers to the extent that it's only by capturing this market that the finances of Game Pass actually begin to make sense.
there are over 3 billion people who play video games today. Many of them play on phones, and we're committed to bringing Game Pass to all mobile phones out there, including Apple phones.
Microsoft is already the only player in the gaming business with the global infrastructure and long-term commitments in order to make this possible. And unlike other hyperscale internet giants who've made forays into gaming, Microsoft is much more heavily committed to its long-term success. Xbox also needs to add as many games as possible to Game Pass. Unlike film or music, the history of video games is very short, and a great deal of the most valuable intellectual property is closely held by only a few of the major players. Xbox doesn't inherently own many of these properties on their own, and this forces them to try and acquire as many studios as possible in order to bulk out their own library.
Content is just foundational to what we do, and with this move, we double the number of content creators we have inside of Xbox, which I think is a great move for the Xbox community.
Because this is still a key vulnerability Game Pass faces against its competitors, we can expect to see many more acquisitions and more exclusive deals with third-party developers.
They are building a moat here that is going to be difficult for Sony to meet or beat in terms of perception at the very least.
Finally, Xbox Game Pass will aim to be as cheap as possible for as long as possible. This is a common strategy that streaming services employ, aimed to become habitual spending. Research indicates that a key feature that many people enjoy about streaming services is a personalized experience.
Netflix will drop you right into a new show or movie, and it's all based on what you've watched.
Bridgerton.
Streaming services are only able to offer these recommendations through long-term data collection and analysis. Game Pass can retain subscribers through a competitive value proposition for a long period of time. They can develop these insights and make the service much more appealing than what any other platform can hope to offer.
Now that it includes all those Bethesda games and hundreds of other great games, anything that's coming exclusive to the platform basically is a day one Game Pass title. Games like Outriders are coming to Game Pass. It's pretty nuts. So
gamers also typically become loyal to a single platform once they become accustomed to it. When people become attached to a platform, make progress on their games, develop a collection, and grow a list of trophies and friends within that ecosystem, they're reluctant to move on. If Game Pass can win over a huge market share early, they can foster this close relationship with the consumer and retain them for a much longer period of time. This is a comprehensive strategy, and Microsoft has the money to burn to keep at it until it eventually pays off.
So as a company, Microsoft's all in on gaming. We believe we can play a leading role
in democratizing gaming.
But will it be enough to win over fans on other platforms? Or will casual gamers even be engaged to the service? Apple has already removed Game Pass from the App Store, locking out the biggest mobile market. So let me know what you guys think. Put a comment below and I'll see you next time.